Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Arsenal season 2025-2026. What we're going to look at is we're going to try to look at how Arsenal performed over the last 2-3 years, right? What are some of the top players, right? How performed last 2 years? How performed? Top players, prediction. How to perform, top players, predictions, and some just general news. And their strength, actually. And the coach. And the club, of course. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So, we're going to look at the Arsenal season, how Arsenal's performed in the last 2 years. We're going to look at how Arsenal performed. We're going to look at some of the top players. Let's look at the prediction. What do we think is going to happen in this year? Do we think the 2025-2026 season will Arsenal finally step up and be number one? Or are they going to lose again as they've been doing in the past few years? As you guys already know, people think Arsenal have this curse, right? People think that Arsenal is not able to win the Premier League anymore because they get really, really close. And then the moment they get close to the sun, they get burnt and they don't really get to their destination. So we're going to look at that as well. And also we're going to look at some general news about Arsenal, what's happening, what's going on. Is there any gossip? Is there anything that we need to look at? Well, of course, we're going to go through their website, look at some of the news channels, and then come up to a decision, right? Or be fully informed about what's going on with this team. Also, we're going to have to look at what are the strengths of Arsenal? What is their strength? What is their weakness? And is there something, right? Is there something that they can do to improve? Is there something that they can do to make themselves better so that they can actually break this curse, so that in this 2025-2026 season, they can actually be the top at the Premier League, right? So they can lead and can be the dominant team at the top. So also, we're going to find out what's going on with the coach. What does the coach have to say? And does the coach really think his team is going to get to the top? Does Arteta think Arsenal is going to be a team that surprises people this year? We're going to find that out. Now, right here, as you guys can see, this is the Arsenal official page, right? If you go to arsenal.com, as you can see, arsenal.com, you'll be able to land on this page. If you haven't seen the Arsenal official page and you're an Arsenal fan, then you might want to go check it out right now, because a lot of times they do have some training videos. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of training videos you can look at if you want to. There's this arrow here, you can scroll. You're going to find out some of the highlights. Some of the news, what is really, really trending, right? Also, the match highlights. I know a lot of you guys, a lot of Arsenal fans, they do like the match highlights. Let's say, for example, if you don't have time and you only have 10-15 minutes and you want to watch the condensed version of the 90-minute game, you can just go to the arsenal.com page, click on it, right? You're going to get to the main page that looks like this. If you scroll down a little bit, you're going to go past the training video, then you're going to come to the match highlights. Now, the match highlights is where you see every single game in order. The last match that was played, Arsenal played Brighton, and let's see, Arsenal played Brighton and it was 0-1. It makes me wonder why Arsenal keeps, only scoring 1 or 2 goals or tying. Like the last few games, as you've seen, they've not really put on a good performance, but somehow they got lucky in this last round. And with Manchester City drawing, wait, was it a draw or a loss? Let me check. I'm gonna type here. Last game Manchester City played. Last game Manchester City. Who won? Yeah, I'm just typing here. Man City, it was 2-2. Right, guys? I'll show you here. I just have 2 tabs right now. Here it is. Press it here. You see? Manchester City. The score was 2-2. Manchester City. This is who won? Yeah. Manchester City 2. Nottingham Forest 2. So this is what saved Arsenal. So Arsenal won. Wait, is this the Premier League? Yeah, it is the Premier League. So Arsenal won 1-0 against Arsenal won 1-0 against this team. Against this team here, Brighton, right? And unfortunately, Man City, they had to tie 2-2 here, right? But versus Nottingham Forest. So that's what set Arsenal. Now, if we look at the table, we can clearly see that Arsenal right now, they're leading. Arsenal right here is they're leading with 60 points, right here, 60 points. Hang on, guys. Let me see if I can get if I can highlight. Yeah, this will help. First, I gotta move this. Yeah. How do I move this out of the way? Bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to move this out of the way so I'm not blocking you guys' view. Oh yes, perfect. I did it. So I'm gonna draw for you guys, show you guys right here. As you can see here, right? Arsenal is already at this point. This right here is Arsenal, okay? Oopsie. Let's clear this out first so I can actually make it clear for you guys to see, okay? This is this one here. So this right here is Arsenal. And then Man City is right below Arsenal. Let's use the blue. This right here is Man City, right? You can see that the points they do have is right here, right? Arsenal has 67. They're up by 7 points. And then Manchester City is down on 60, right? Now, if Arsenal keeps, if they keep winning the rest of the games, then they're guaranteed, right? They're guaranteed to be at the top this season, this 2025-2026 season. They're going to be at the very top. That means they're going to win the championship, Premier League, right? Is it a championship? They're going to be, they're going to win the title. Let's put it that way, right? Now, if Arsenal keeps playing around the way they've been performing, which is not the best, they're going to end up losing to Man City again, and they're going to end up repeating that same history that everyone knows about, that even Arsenal themselves are scared of, right? Unfortunately, that's going to happen. So right now, you can see Arsenal at the very top here. You have Man City, Manchester United. Manchester United is really had a poor performance with an Aston Villa, Chelsea, Liverpool, Brentford, right? And unfortunately, you have teams like Wolves down here, Burnley. You have Wolves, Burnley right here, and West Ham, right? West Ham. We're gonna see if Arsenal has lost to any of these three teams at the bottom. Now, I'm not sure. Is it 2 or 3 of these teams that are gonna be relegated soon enough, right? At the end of the season, if you're at the very bottom, you gotta go back to the other division. And then the teams at the top of the division below, they're going to come up to this Premier League division here, right? So this is how it works. Unfortunately, these teams are not doing very well. There's one game I might, oopsie. Yeah, this was against Liverpool. We don't need that right now. There's one game I'm going to talk about why these teams keep losing at the bottom here. One of it is the fact that they have poor defense. Not just defense, there's many things that go into a team losing, but one thing that I try to look at is I try to look at the basic things in soccer, in football. Are the teams maintaining their structure when they're in the field, right? Are the teams having proper formation in their defense? Because if you have good formation in your defense, in your midfield, even against a strong team, it's going to be hard for them to easily score, right? Because if you look at Wolves right now, is it opening? What happened? Okay. If you look at Wolves, let's check this out. Search. What's going on? Anyway, it's not opening. Yeah. It was 3-1 against 3-1 against Liverpool. Anyway, moving on. 3-1 against Liverpool. So let's get back. Let's get back here. So yeah, the last game Arsenal played was against Brighton, which was a tie. So as I was saying earlier, if you want to watch the highlights and you do not have time, come to arsenal.com, scroll down a little bit, you're gonna find the match highlights here. This is the shorter version, and then you're gonna have the next game they played, which was against Chelsea. And then as you keep scrolling this way, you're gonna find more news, right? more news, including the U21 as well as the actual Arsenal games that they play in the Premier League. Like all the games, you can watch the highlights here. Okay. Now, if you scroll down, there's a lot more news here you can find. But really, if you want to skip all this other distraction and you want to go straight to the meat and the potato of the game, all you gotta do is come right here, scroll back to the very top. You click on the man, right, and everything about the man's team is gonna show up here. Now over here, you're strictly only going to see everything related to the men's game, right, the Premier League men's game, and then you just keep scrolling and scrolling until you see it. Also, one thing I want you guys to know is that Arsenal actually, on this website, they do share their full match, right? The full match that they play, like the 90 plus minutes, they also post it here on their website. So if you want to watch the full match, actually I believe this is the full match right here. Where is it? This one, it says full match. Oh, okay, this is 48 minutes. So the first half. Yeah, but if you look around somewhere here, you're gonna find the full match in itself. Then you'll be able to watch it if you don't have time. Okay. Yes. Let's talk about the next thing. Who are the top Arsenal players? Let's find out here. Top Arsenal players in 2026, 2026 season. Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. So here it says Arsenal's best players for the 2025-2026 seasons include Victor Gyökeres, William Saliba, showcasing a mix of their new talent, right? So Victor Gyökeres, William Saliba, and Bukayo Saka. What do we know about these players, guys? Do you know anything about these players? If you do, let me know down below. I'm really curious about you guys' knowledge on this, right? I really want to know, what do you guys really think? Let's draw this circle here. Okay. Let's make the color yellow right here. What do you guys think? We have Gyökeres, Victor, we have William, and we have Bukayo Saka, right? These are all players that they say are the top Arsenal players. Now, if we look at Gyökeres individual, let's find out what's this deal with Gyökeres, right? What are the stats on him? Is he the top scorer? Is he the top Arsenal scorer? Let's see. So Victor Gyökeres, this is about him. This is some information about him online. Let's go to his Wikipedia page. Let's dig deep a little bit, guys. Let's dig deep and find out who this guy is, right? So he's a Swedish player. He's born in, right here. This is where I'm looking at. This section here. So he's a Swedish player. He's born in 1998. Hang on, guys. Let's see if I can do this for you. Let's go with red. Rectangle, yeah. Right here. There we go. This is where we are. So he's a Swedish player born in June 1998. Football. Sorry. Excuse me, guys. I got a little bit distracted. So Victor Gyökeres, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. He's Swedish. He's Swedish. He's a Swedish professional footballer who plays as a striker for Premier League club Arsenal and the Sweden national team. Gyökeres made his professional debut with Swedish side oh man, I can't pronounce this right here. Can't even pronounce that, right? Anyway, he made his debut in 2025, making over 50 appearances before joining Brighton and then Albion in 2016. He spent successive seasons on loan at St. Pauli, Swansea City, and Coventry City, joining the latter permanently in 2021. Sporting CP signed him in 2023 in a club recorded transfer worth an initial $20 million. With them, he won 2 back-to-back Primera Liga titles in 2024 and 2025. winning the Bola de Prata as the league's top scorer. Ooh, he's got talent in scoring. I wonder how he's going to go against Sesko, right? In his seasons, given in his season, given to the highest scoring footballer in the previous. Excuse me, guys. I think I skipped a line here. So in 2024-2025, winning the Bola de Prata as the league's top scorer, the Player of the Year award in both seasons, and the Gerd Müller Trophy in his second season, given to the highest scoring footballer in the previous season. In July 2025, he signed for Arsenal in a transfer worth 63.5 pounds. Is it 54.8 million? Yeah, 63.5 pounds. That's a lot of money for a 22-year, for a kid born in 1988, right? This is where money management comes into play, and fame, and just being able to manage your resources and still be able to maintain that highest level of performance, right? So there's a lot that goes on here, right? Anyway, Gyökeres represented Sweden at various youth levels and was the joint top scorer at the 2017 UEFA European Under-19 Championship. He made his senior debut in 2029. And this is something that I actually didn't know, that this guy is fairly new in Arsenal, right? He joined in July 2025. So he's been even with Arsenal for less than a year, and he's already made a name for himself. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Gyökeres has a big future here in Arsenal? And do you guys think he's going to be the lead scorer like Thierry Henry, who was very famous back in the days? Do you think this kid is going to be able to level up to that level of Henry? Let's look at Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry, Arsenal. Thierry Henry, Arsenal. Let's look at Thierry Henry here. Okay, guys. We're going to compare him a little bit with Gyökeres. All right. So let's get rid of this. So this is Thierry Henry. If we look at his Wikipedia page, we're just trying to do a quick comparison, right? Right here. He's a much older player. This is the player I used to watch back in the days when I was so big into football. When I was a little younger and I had so much time, I was able to watch. I wanted to pretty much watch every single game, and Thierry Henry was one of my top players, right? The craziest part and the wildest moments always came when Arsenal had to play Manchester United, and things would just always get very intense between these two. These two teams have so much rivalry and so much animosity among themselves that the moment they met, this made it hard for the referee to do his job, because there's always a lot of back and forth. By back and forth, I mean this is so much animosity. But thankfully, they always all seem to just kind of get along in a way, play, and there's always that one team that always wins, right? So anyway, back to Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry, right here. Oopsie, excuse me, guys. Thierry Daniel Henry. I didn't know his name was Daniel. He's born in August 17, 1977. He's a French professional football coach, pundit, sports broadcaster, and former player. He's considered one of the greatest strikers of all time, and is often named as the greatest player in Premier League history for his time at Arsenal. Yeah, definitely he was one of those top players in Arsenal. That's why when I was looking at Gyökeres, do you guys think Gyökeres has this bright future in Arsenal? Do you think he's going to be able to surpass what Thierry Henry has done? The way I look at it is, I think a player should always surpass the guy who was the top before, because as a young player coming up, you should be able to see what your top players in that club has done before, learn from it, take some of the things they've learned, even reach out to them if you have to, and then implement everything they have, right? And on top of that, just take the knowledge that you have as an individual player, plus what the other players who are famous in that club has done, combine it and just excel beyond measure, right? This is what I think of when I look at Victor Gyökeres, and I know he has a bright future. I know he's going to do amazing things, right? So what Henry has done is one of those top players He's been crowned. He's won so many caps. His Premier League history, right here. They talk about his dribbling as well. Wait, did I click a page? Where am I? Yeah. Anyway, let's read this so we understand. So, born on the 17th August 1977, is a French professional football coach, Pundit sports broadcaster, and former player. He's considered one of the greatest strikers of all time, and is often named as the greatest player in Premier League history for his time at Arsenal. Henry was known for his finishing elegance, dribbling and close control, speed and chance creating. He was a runner-up for both Ballon. What is Ballon? Anybody know what Ballon is? Let's find out. What's a Ballon? Guys, if you know what a Ballon, comment below, guys. Let me know what it is. The Ballon d'Or. How do you pronounce it, guys? Golden Ball is an annual football award presented by French magazine France Football since 1956 to honor the player deemed to have performed the best over the previous season. Conceived by sports writers Gabriel Hanot. Who's Gabriel Hanot? Gabriel Hanot was a French football coach and journalist. Okay. And Jacques Ferrand. Ferrand was a French sports journalist and author. He was the editor-in-chief at L'Equipe and the director of France Football. He contributed to the creation of European Cup and Ballon d'Or. I don't know how to pronounce that, guys. Forgive me. Anyway, the balloon. I'm just gonna say balloon, guys. I don't want to get headache from trying to pronounce this. If you guys can pronounce it, let me know how it's pronounced. Balloon was based exclusively on voting by football journalists up until 2006. Originally, it was awarded only to players from Europe and was widely known as the European Footballer of the Year award. In 1995, the balloon was expanded to include all players of any origin that have been active at the European clubs. The award became a global prize in 2007, with all professional footballers from around the world being eligible. Additionally, coaches and captains of national teams were also given the right to vote before reverting to just journalists in 2016. So this one here this is what it looks like. It's, yeah, let's see who got the most of it. Presented by France Football. First award, 18 December 1956, 69 years ago. Wow, that's a long time. Currently, Oumar Dembele is a French professional footballer who plays the forward or right winger for League. Blah blah blah. Okay. Currently held by this guy. Most awards was given to Lionel Messi, which is an Argentina football player. Of course, we all know Lionel Messi. Who doesn't know Lionel Messi? If you don't know who Lionel Messi is, or if you're new to the football world, soccer world, comment below, guys. Let me know what you think, and I have some interesting facts I can share with you about Lionel Andres Messi, right? And then, okay, so here it says most awards goes to Lionel Messi. Most nominations goes to Ronaldo, right? Wow, 18 nominations. But somehow Messi got the best of it. Let's look at what this page looks like. This is in French. Well, see some of the players. All right, let's go back, guys. So, scrolling down. Anyway, we don't want to see more of this balloon d'or. Yeah, let's go back. Yeah, back to Thierry Henry. So, he was the runner-up for both the Ballon d'Or in 2003 and the FIFA World Cup Player of the Year in 2003 and 2004. He was named the FWA Footballer of the Year a record 3 times. Wow. The PFP Players of the Year 2 times, and was named in the PFA Team of the Year 6 consecutive times. He was also right here. He was also in the FIFA Pro and UEFA. He played there. I keep going up here. Anyway, you guys can read the rest, but his early life is Henry is an Antillean heritage. What's Antillean? Okay, so the Antilles is an archipelago within the West Indies in the Caribbean region of the Americas. It's bordered by the Caribbean Sea to the south and west Gulf of Mexico, the northwest of Atlantic Ocean. I didn't know this about him. Wow, I thought he was just like French. That's interesting. Anyway, guys, enough about Henry. If you want to read about Henry, you can read about his life, his career, his evolution. But all in all, he is one of those top Arsenal players who was widely respected. He dominated Arsenal. He was one of those top players, and that's how he made his mark. Now, coming back to the current 2025-2026 season, top players, as we looked at before, who were the top players? Victor Gyökeres was one of them. William was the other one. But as far as Victor is, he got signed in July 2025. He played, for a lot for the under U19 and all those other things. You can come here and read more about him, his seasons and everything else. Youth, right? He still doesn't have much on his bio here. He's only in his early 20s, as opposed to Henry, who was born in 1977. So there's a lot more you can see on Henry's bio here. Everything, all his achievement, right? If you come right here, you can just get a condensed summary of what he has achieved. Okay. Excuse me, guys, my phone just started ringing. Now if we come back here, okay, back to Victor Gyökeres. Yeah, let's just look at the summary right here. Let's look at the summary. So Victor, he's 20. Oh, he's not in his early 20s. It's in his late 20s. Excuse me, guys. 27 years old. Stockholm, Sweden, 1.89, 6'2". So West number 14, just like Henry. Anyway, so this is all about Victor Gyökeres, guys, right? Let's see some of his images. Yeah, he played for various teams, and currently he's with Arsenal and he's really dominating and doing amazing things. Okay. Let's go back and look at who else do we want to see. So Victor Gyökeres, we have William Saliba. He's the other top player right here. This is William Saliba Wikipedia. Let's find out who William Saliba is. Oh, William Saliba was William Alain Andre Gabriel Saliba, born 24th March 2001. He's much younger than Gyökeres. He's a French professional footballer who plays as a centre-back for Premier League club Arsenal, and of course we already know that. And the France national team, regarded as one of the best centre-backs in the world. He is known for his strength, pace, tackling, and composure. Saliba began his professional career at Saint Etienne after graduating from the club's youth academy. He represented the side during the 2018-2019 campaign, who secured UEFA Europa League qualification. Saliba joined Arsenal in July 2019. Wow, 2019. So he's been around for a while. For a reported fee of £27 million. Okay, these players make so much money. After being shipped off in his 3 consecutive loan spells, he returned to Arsenal in 2022 and made his debut in August 5th. Saliba scored his first goal for the club shortly after, helping the Gunners to a second-place finish. The following season, he played an international role in Arsenal's back line with the club, only conceding 29 goals as Saliba played every minute of their Premier League champion. After being capped at 27 times of the youth level for France, Saliba made his senior debut for country on 3rd of June 2022. Okay, that's impressive. Anyway, the rest, you can just read the rest here about this guy, right? Everything about him, you can read there. and this is just a shot by, you can go straight to it, right? Let's look at his images here. William Saliba. Yeah, so this is what Saliba looks like if you guys don't know him. He's a French football player, one of the top players at the moment. So who was the next one? Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka has been scoring goals too, huh? Has he? Or he's been playing so amazingly. He's just been playing amazingly, guys. That's all I can say. If you want to watch more of his games, go to this channel, guys. Go to this channel. Let me see. If you want to watch more, go to 90, final 90, right? This is where you get to see all the Arsenal games, all the scores, and you get my analysis, my professional analysis, what I think of the game, right? A lot of the similarities I see is when I played for college back in the days. My coach always set us up in a very technical way. He always made sure that we have our proper lineup and that the structure is in place. And it was not easy to concede goals against us. We were not easy. We rarely conceded goals, even though, as I said last time, sometimes doesn't matter how good you are. At some point, you're meant to make some mistakes somewhere along the road, right? So this is where you can, guys. This is where you can watch these games. I'll share all the scores. I'll give my analysis, why they scored, what mistakes they made, what they could have done better, so that next time they can improve, right? Also, I'll be able to share with you guys some highlights here and there, so you can actually see the extended highlight from a different perspective, of course. As I mentioned to you guys earlier, if you want to watch the highlights, you can just come up here, go under the men's tab, right? Scroll down a little bit, you'll get the match extended highlights. But if you come to the final 90, here in the final 90, what I do is I might change this channel's name. Right now, it's called the final 90. It might change. If it does, go with that. If it doesn't, just keep enjoying these videos. Share your thoughts, guys. I really, really love to hear your honest opinion. And I really, really love to hear what you guys think about the players and the teams, right? And so forth. So here you'll come. I do edit the videos from a different perspective. I add my commentary and I make it more exciting so that you guys can watch something differently too. Okay, so yeah, go to a final 90, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, so you never miss any of this commentary. You never miss any of the good videos that I create, so that you guys can actually enjoy watching these games condensed, right, in a short and enjoyable version. And then obviously, if you want to watch the full match, just come here to Arsenal page, arsenal.com, right? Watch the highlights, watch some news. Consider signing up as a member. I do believe you can sign up here as a member. I'm not sure if you can be a paid member. Yeah. But anyway, back while I'm on this page, I want to show this to you guys. Over here is where you find the news, right? All the Arsenal news, all the latest news, the FA Cup news, and everything else, Champions Leagues. All the news you're gonna find here. If you go on the video tab, you're gonna find all the video interviews, right? All the games played, anything video related, right? Shop here. If you want to buy anything, just click on the shop. You're going to be able to see hang on, this pop-up. I don't like pop-ups. Distracting. Yeah, you're going to be able to just come into their shop, see what they sell, and especially if you're an Arsenal fan, consider supporting them by just buying one of these things here that they sell. That goes a long way, right? I'm not sponsored in any way by Arsenal, but I just think as an Arsenal fan, you should consider, supporting the team, right? Show your love if you can, of course. If not, just watch the games, comment, and then just share your thoughts. If you can afford to buy these things, if you're able to, go ahead, buy it. Share the club, right? Let people know that, hey, this is a good club to support. They have good players and they play a beautiful game. Speaking of beautiful game, I did this one video here. Yeah, this Arsenal and Chelsea game. I want you guys to go check out the analysis, because I was not impressed with the way Arsenal players played, right? Actually, let me open this. They did something that was not good, because it seemed there's this news pop-up that came up. Anyway, I'm gonna maybe skip it. So what Arsenal did is they let's skip this. This is, we don't want this. Yeah, skip right here. Yeah. So as you can watch, right here, I'm just gonna quickly browse see. Where's the analysis I gave? Right here. See that? See what's happening? Yeah, this is the one game I was saying I was disappointed with Arsenal, because you look at the player, this player here, right here in green, is grabbing the other players. Right? Very disappointing. Right here. No, oopsie. Excuse me. Gotta get a different color for you guys. Right here. You see right here? And this player is grabbing the other player. And that is not the way it should be. Very, very disappointing that they would do that. Yeah, so I gave an analysis of what's happening here in this game. If you guys want to watch it, I highly recommend that you go hear my thoughts, what I had to say about these players. And yeah, go check it out. Okay, go check it out. So anyway, where was I? Yeah, consider buying and supporting them. And then as you go over here to the teams, you're gonna see who are the goalkeepers of the Arsenal, right? We have David Raya at the top. We have keeper Tommy. If you're curious about who the defenders are, you just come here. You're gonna see we have William Saliba, Ben, all these guys here. Midfielders, we have these guys, right? Forwards, they have so many forwards and so many midfielders. Wait, no, so many forwards and so many defenders. For forwards, we have Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Jesus, Emirates Easy. Yeah, I did a video about Emirates Easy, the one game that he scored. Was it 2 goals? Yeah, I believe he scored 2 goals on that channel as well. Again, go back to this channel, guys, okay? Come back here. If you go on here, you're going to be able to see Easy right here. This was when he scored 2 goals. This is a beautiful video, guys. I worked hard to edit these videos, put it nicely together for you guys so that you guys can actually enjoy this video when you're watching them, right? And like I said, this is from a unique perspective. The way I edit these videos, the way I put the pieces together, the music, the audio, and everything else in it, I want you guys to actually just, get a different perspective as opposed to the normal commentary you hear in a football match. I do a little bit of a twist into mine so that you guys can see it differently and feel like, hey, you're there in that game and actually, fall in love with what you see. So back to the players here, teams. We have all these forwards: 7, number 10, Eberechi, Gabriel Martinelli, Victor, Leonardo, Noni, Mudeka, Kai Havertz. Did a video about Kai Havertz as well as Noni, right? Yeah, and over here you can just come here, look at the table. Let's look at the stats first, actually. What lang are these names? Yeah, these are the stats. What am I looking at? So this is the 2024-2025. These are the players. Let's look at the table, actually. Okay, yes. I wanted to show you guys in the next video before, but I'm glad that we found this. So here on the table, so if you come in, you go to men's, and then it's going to be arsenal.com/men/tables. Tables with an S at the end. Tables. So you're going to see that Arsenal right now, they're at the very top with 67, like I was explaining before. Manchester City at 60. Manchester United is at 51. Man, Manchester used to be a very good team, but unfortunately, it's going on here, right? Anyway, there's a whole lot going on with Manchester management, coaches. They have this new guy in now. What's his name? Carrick. Carrick has been transforming this team. They've been winning a lot of games. Actually, speaking of that, let's see if we can look at what's going on with Manchester. Manchester. Yeah, let's just do a quick search on Manchester United. So, the last game they played with Newcastle, they lost to Newcastle. No kidding, 2-1. And then here they won 2-1. Here they won 1-0. Here it was a tie, and so forth. But Michael, wait, is this the actual Manchester or is it that in Premier League? Yeah, this is not. This is standing. So yeah, this is the right one. That's Manchester United. Let's look at their official page. Okay, these are all the news from Manchester United. Guys, if you wanted to, you can also sign up for Manchester United, right? If you love that team, you just sign up and yeah, you'll get access to some of the games they played, some of the news, and so forth. But as far as Manchester City is concerned, Michael Carrick has stepped in right now, and he's trying to do something amazing, trying to transform the team into a winning team, right? But unfortunately, I highly doubt if Michael Carrick and the boys will be able to catch up to Arsenal and Man City, right? As you can see, Arsenal is already 7 points ahead of Arsenal is already 7 points ahead of Man City, and Manchester City is at 51. That's a long way, right? So this season, Manchester City should just forget about the Premier League Cup. They just have to plan for next season, which is the season of 2026, 2027 season. Right after the World Cup, because World Cup is coming up too. So it's going to be very exciting and exhilarating to see how this event turns out. And as far as Chelsea is, man, right? Yeah, just check out this table. Anyway, yeah, go to Final 90, guys. Watch out some of the scores by these players. I did a Sesko. Sesko is one of those top players in Manchester United. I did a video about him. Very good video, by the way. You guys ought to check it out. And there's a few extra fun videos here you can go watch. Back to the table. This is 2025, 2026. Let's look at 2024, 2025. See here, guys. This is so embarrassing. Arsenal lost the game by 10 points, right? Let's see. So everyone played 38 games. Liverpool, as you can see here, Liverpool won 25 game, Arsenal won 20. Liverpool drew 9, Arsenal drew 14. Imagine that. This is so embarrassing. That's why they lost, right? And they lost, actual loss, Liverpool lost 4, Arsenal lost 4, right? But the mistake comes when Arsenal decide that, hey, they just want to draw with all these teams 14 times, right? They should have had the league, they should have had the lead, and they should have won. And if you look here, Manchester City somewhat did okay, right? They got 71 points, just 3 points below Arsenal, which is not a big difference. And then you have just right there, and where's Manchester United? No kidding, Manchester United was number 15. How embarrassing is this? How do you go from having Ronaldo, Ruud van Nistelrooy, right, all those top players, and being at the top, to going down to number 15? I'm just glad they did not get relegated or delegated. Is it delegated or relegated down to the lower division, right? But it's good. This season they stepped up a little bit. They stepped up under Michael Carrick, who just came in. They're not too far, right? They're number 1, 2, 3. They're number 4 right now, right? They're number 4. So Arsenal, Man City, Manchester United, Aston Villa, and Chelsea, and then Liverpool is all the way down here this season, right? Yeah. Okay, let's look. Let's look at the next season, 2023, 2024. What happened? Okay, Manchester City won with 91 points. Arsenal again with 89 points. Oh my goodness. They both won 28 games. Draw 7, 5. Arsenal lost 5. These guys only lost 3 and 91. Right? Man, this is so close. And hopefully they don't repeat this same mistake again this season. Let's look at 2022. Wait, this one was 23, 24. Let's look at 22, 23. Look here again, guys. The same thing. Manchester City, 89. Arsenal, 84. Just number 2, right? One good thing with Arsenal, I can tell you guys, is Arsenal has stayed consistent. Not like Manchester United. You see, Manchester United is just being at the bottom. Yeah, they've just they've kept staying at the bottom of the page. Yeah, yeah, just at the bottom of the page. See that? Let's look at the next one. Let's look at the next one. 20. So we did 20. Let's do 21 and 22. Again, yeah, in 2021, 2022, Manchester City was at the top. So Manchester City has stayed consistent too. Liverpool and Arsenal all the way to number 5. Yeah. And let's look one more before that, 2019, 2020. This is when we had COVID. So Liverpool won at the top, Manchester City, Manchester United, and Arsenal was number 8. Must have been a tough season for them, right? Anyway, let's carry on, guys. Let's carry on. Let's get rid of this page. Manchester City, Michael Carrick. These are the news. We have this. We have the teams. We have the matches. So when you come on this tab again, let's carry on with what this tab does. If you come on up here to the tabs, you're gonna see all the fixtures, all the games Arsenal playing, right? All the results you can see here. There's more details here. You can click. You can look at the men. There's the men and the women, the under 21, under 18. You get access to all this information, and then tickets here. If you want to get tickets for the games or anything like that, or for the season's ticket, you can do that as well. Okay. Membership. What's the membership? Membership for every moment. All you need to know is membership types. Let's look at the membership types. What is this membership type Arsenal is talking about? So when you choose the red, it says stay close to the action. Find out junior Gunners, 0 to 16, platinum. Yeah. Anyway, you guys can go read this for yourselves. The history of the Gunners. Actually, I like the history. Arsenal Emirates, the icon. Ghana's greatest moments, 50 goals. If you want to watch at the Ghana's greatest 50 goals, this is where you come, guys. Number 1, Dennis Bergkamp. We have Thierry Henry. We have Robin van Persie. Bergkamp again. We have this guy. We have this guy. Right? And they list the name and of the player and against which team they're playing against. Right? Yeah, this is very powerful, guys. So come check it out. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. Snip into me. Yeah, let me take a screenshot. This is this one too. This is gonna make for a very good. Yeah, that one last one we got there. Yeah, so here you can come and watch all the games, and then you get to familiarize yourself with some of the previous older Arsenal players. And if you don't know, they're all in here. So let's go back to the top. Features, quizzes. Oh yeah, let's look at the quizzes. Let's look at this one. Played for both Arsenal and Chelsea Premier League. Who is this? Can you name the XI from Saka's debut? Quiz the lineups from our 3 San Siro wins. Anyway, so you guys can come in here if you just want to challenge yourself with the quiz. See if you know much about these guys. You can just come in here. Is this Arteta? This looks like Arteta. Is it? The current coach. What's going on here? Yeah, I think this is Arteta. Looks just like him. Hang on. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, let's come back here. So let's carry on. Arsenal.com. So membership, you got your membership. You got the history right here. Greatest 50 players. Let's look at the greatest 50 players. Who are the greatest Arsenal 50 players? Thierry Henry is number 1. Dennis Beckham, Tony Adams. Who is Tony Adams? Not Tony Adams. Iron Wright, I've heard of him. I know this player. I know this Robert Pires. David Seaman, of course. I used to like this guy. He used to be a great goalie. Still is. I don't know what he's up to now. Charlie George. Yeah, guys, if you're a Ghana fan, then just come in here. Familiarize yourself with all these players. Let's see. Sol Campbell. Sol Campbell used to be a very strong defender. I just wonder what he's up to now. Up and link in the new tab. Let's check out what he's up to. 50 greatest 50 players. Sol Campbell. He is having an interview. Yeah, in training. He is with the club. Yeah. This is some news. Yeah. Some news. That was quite a good season. Yeah. Let's look at these guys here. Let's go ahead. 5 honors won at London Football Awards. Yeah. Link up. That's interviews, more players here. Alicante. What's going on here? Ghana's future England U20s. Yeah, that was it. 21. Let's look at your Carries nominated Premier League Player of the Month. Let's look at something. Not bad. Not bad. Arsenal is just kind of crowded in the box here, which is good. Maybe that's why they're always winning with the corners. Okay, so these are the 50 top players. Go check it out, guys, if you want to get to know them. 50 greatest moments, honors, club records right here. Arsenal club, Arsenal players. And let's look at club records. What is some of these amazing things these guys have done? So the goal scorers appearance. UEFA score lines. What is this? This was 2017. Goals. So Thierry Henry, 228 goals. Most goals overall. Most Premier League goals, Thierry Henry. Most league goals, Thierry Henry. Most FIFA Cup goals, 26, Cliff Barnes. Most League Cup final goals, Ian Wright. Most overall European goals, Henry. Most UEFA Champions League goals, Thierry Henry. Okay. Titles and achievement. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the top. Wait, let's see down here first. Players to score 100 goals for Arsenal. Thierry Henry, Ian Wright, Faith, John, Jimmy, Ted, Doug, Robin Van Persie. What is Robin Van Persie up to now? Any of you guys know what Robin Van Persie is doing at the moment? Let's search. Let's find out. Is he a coach? Let's check out his Wikipedia here. Robin Van Persie is a Dutch player. Oh, he's actually old. 1983? It's not even that old. The guy is still young. Maybe this picture just doesn't do him justice. He's 6'1". What is he doing right now? Anyway, you guys can read up on him, about him. Robin Van Persie. He's a good player. Anyway, yeah, check him out. He's done amazing things for Arsenal too. Yeah, so we have Robin Van Persie, we have Joe, David, Dennis Beckham, All these players, it goes on and on and on. And a few more things here. Yeah, a few more things that you guys can read. Back to the top. So we got the clubs. We got all these things about us, contact information, email, send them an email if you like, help center, Emirates stadiums around the club, and then this is for the supporters. Right. Yeah, that's for the supporters. Yeah, and then Arsenal women, accessibility, stadium tours. So let's look at stadium tours. Guys, if you want a stadium tours, I believe this is something that they do as well. You just have to book with them and then get that tour. Arsenal Museum, that's the clock. Yeah. Okay, that is fun. That is fun. What else? What else do I have on my list to share with you guys? General news, yeah, we looked at that. What is their strength? And what does the coach think? Right? What is the coach up to? So, like I was showing you guys here in that other video, and I was also showing you guys the tables and the stats here. This is 2019. Arsenal's strength is that they're able to win goals and they're able to stay consistent. But unfortunately, when they get so close to the sun, so when I say getting so close to the sun, I mean when they get closer to when they get closer to the Premier League title, it's like they choose to not push themselves to stay on top. But unfortunately, as you can see even here, it's 2025-2026 season, which we already spoke about. Man City is just right after them, ready to take over, right? This is 2025-2026. If you go back to 2024-2025, you can see at the end of that season, Liverpool just came out of nowhere and they took over, right? 84-874. They took over because Arsenal kept drawing. Liverpool only drew 9, and then they won a few other goals to secure them 3 points. But if you see the loss, they both lost 4 games, right? They both lost 4 games. The difference now came in when Arsenal had to tie with all the other teams, giving Liverpool the advantage of winning. Manchester City could have done that too, but I don't know what the issue is. They were just not able to perform at that level. Right, let's look at 2020. So that was 24-25. Again, let's look at 23-24. Again, as you guys can see, Manchester City 91 points, Arsenal 89 points. Right, they lost by 2 points. Again, you see they both won 28 goals. Manchester City drew 7, Arsenal drew 5. Now the difference comes in the loss. Arsenal lost 5 games. It's very, very bad for their standing, and as a result of that, Manchester City just had to take over. And this is their weakness. They play well, but when they get to the end, they don't keep pushing themselves. They don't maintain that same momentum that put them where they are, right? So all in all, I do believe, this is a good team, and I'm just hoping this season Arsenal just maintains their lead and they keep thriving so they don't disappoint their fans. Now, looking at Arteta, I do believe Arteta is doing a great job with it. He's doing a great job with the club, right? Yeah, he's doing a great job. He just needs to tighten the leash and to just motivate his teams and just get them to that point where they stay at the top. Obviously, of course, we know he cannot make the teams play, but the players have to want to win. The players have to want to perform and exceed expectation. Because now, you have the fans who are cheering for the players, the Arsenal players. The fans are cheering. They're hoping, hey, Arsenal, we hope you win this season. We hope you don't let us down. And also, there's a lot of pressure on Arteta himself, the coach, right? Because he doesn't want to disappoint his players. He doesn't want to disappoint the fans. But it's out of his hands at this point, right? It's all going to come down to the performance of the players and the tactics they've come up with in the training session and the hours they've put into pushing themselves to get to that top. Right, this is what it's going to come down to. And at the end of the day, do you guys think Arsenal is going to win this Premier League title, or do you guys think Manchester City is going to just creep up out of nowhere, take advantage of this Arsenal weakness, and just again put them in their place where they've always been the last 2-3 seasons, which is number 2, just a few points shy of the title itself? What do you guys think? I'm really excited to hear you guys' thoughts. I'm really thrilled to find out how you guys are gonna how you guys are gonna frame this, right? And who is gonna be to blame if Arsenal loses? Who are we gonna blame? Are we gonna blame the players? Are we gonna have to blame Arteta, or are we gonna have to blame ourselves as fans for not cheering enough? Right? The way I look at it, I think it's gonna come down to the tactics and the training sessions they've all put together, right? Arsenal and the player, Arteta, the coach, the players, and the tactics and their motivation and their desire to win this league. It's going to come down to it. So let's wait and see, guys. Other than that, just comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I think this is going to be a very intense season here, with Arteta just trying to push for the lead, and the players wanting to get the best as well. Right. The players wanting to get the best. And go ahead, guys, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of these videos that I put together for you guys. The videos are very exciting to watch because, like I said, I put my own perspective into it. I share my thoughts. I share my video analysis, what went wrong, what they could have done better, and so forth. Right, so it's going to be enjoyable. Just go ahead right here, comment below, and enjoy yourselves. Again, thank you very much. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next videos that's going to be coming up. Stay blessed, and go enjoy yourselves. And also, guys, let me know who is your favorite player right now. As we're watching this, Bukayo is one of those players. We have William Saliba as one of those players, and we have Victor Gyökeres. Let me know, guys, who is your top players, and do you think they're going to exceed Thierry Henry's performance in Arsenal? And do you think they're going to break Thierry Henry's record? Right? And do you think Gyökeres and Sesko, when these two guys meet in a match again, is it going to be an intense match? Are they going to keep the history and the rivalry between Arsenal and Manchester going, or is this going to be the end of it? Let me know what you guys think. I'm really curious to find out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay blessed, go out, and enjoy yourselves. Cheers.